reminder that no yoga this Saturday. There will be Tai Chi. So Audra's going to be offering up Tai Chi this Saturday morning. She's been going through a training. She and I both did a Silver Sneakers Energy, which is a Tai Chi style. But then now she's going a little bit further with her Tai Chi training, and she's going to a Tai Chi Fit training. So it's a little bit more of a Tai Chi flow style, and it's really excellent. So if you're free Saturday morning, I will be up in Maryland hanging out, and I will tell you, I was watching a documentary last night about the artist that we're going to go see, and they were talking about how she painted and how she painted with her whole body. Like she did these like really big paintings and like pulling that, and I was like, oh, that's just like yoga where we like move with our whole body. So I was like looking at her art like from a whole new yoga lens and enjoying it significantly. So if you think of your body as like a paintbrush today, that would be a fun. So first, just find your stationary position, shoulders soft, butt anchored on the ground. Close your eyes down for a minute and just allow your body to settle in. As you start to settle in here, just allow a little time for your breath to slow down to a nice slow inhalation and possibly even a slower exhalation, breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils if that's available. Keeping your eyelids closed down if that's possible. We're gonna move our eyeballs. So behind the eyelids, you're just gonna start to draw circles with your eyeballs. So you're just gonna circle around in one direction. You let that be as deep or extreme of a movement as feels right to you. So you might go with some small, light, gentle circles, or you might go to the edges of your eyes, just going where it feels the most appropriate for you this morning, but trying to keep your eyelids closed down if you can. So eyelids closed down, eyeballs circling around. And as your eyeballs are circling around, if you can keep a relaxed posture in your face, your cheeks, and maybe even notice if your tongue moves in your mouth just a little bit to try to help that eye movement happen. And then if your eyes were circling in one direction, reverse directions and go the other way. Nice. Take one more circle around with your eyeballs in that direction and then let your eyes come to stillness. Eyelids are still closed down. Soften your shoulders. Relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And then just see if you can tune into that filtered light coming in from behind your eyelids. And maybe you notice some colors or speckles, or just notice what that filtered light looks like or feels like to you. And then take your awareness all the way down to your seat. Notice your feet, your hips, the backs of your thighs, any parts of your body that are connected to the floor beneath you. And then see if you can just tune into the solidness of the ground beneath you. Anchor into that solidness, rise just a little bit taller up through the crown of your head. And then notice if your head and your heart are slightly forward, pull it back. So head, heart, hips are all in line. Shoulders are going to ground down. And then we're going to do that little chin pull backwards. So we're going to make that little double chin. So pull your chin down and back, hold it for a moment, and then release. Pull the chin down and back, make that little double chin, hold it for a moment, and then release. Do that again, pull the chin down and back, hold it for a moment, and then release. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, eyes closed down if that's available. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Set an intention here to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never doing anything in your practice that would cause your body pain, and treating yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, the hand that's on the belly, stack that hand on top of the heart with a little bit of gentle pressure on. Inhale, lift your chin upward towards the sky. Exhale, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin down. Inhale, lift your chin up and hold for a moment. Exhale, tuck your chin down, hold here for a moment. Head is going to come back to a neutral position. The hand that's directly on the heart, leave that hand there, but the top hand, the free hand, is going to spin out behind. So palm facing backwards, slip that hand as far up in between the shoulder blades as you can find. And then once you're there, try to find just a little bit of pressure into the space between the shoulder blades. So pushing your hand gently into that space, hand on the heart, pushing gently in. And then once you feel like you've found that little bit of gentle press, lift your chin up towards the sky. Tuck your chin down towards your chest. Lift your chin up towards the sky. Tuck your chin down. Do that one more time. Lift your chin up. Tuck your chin down. Head's going to find a neutral position, and we're going to flip the arms. So we're going to release with control. Other hand is going to come on top of the heart. Then you flip that palm so it's facing backwards. Slip it in between that shoulder blade space. Give it a second. One shoulder might be really good at doing it, and one shoulder might need a second. And then once you feel like you're there, back to that head nod, lifting your chin up and tucking your chin down. One more time, up and down. And then head's going to find a neutral position. Left hand's going to touch down to the ground. Right hand's going to reach up alongside your ear. Take a nice big side bend and then lift right out of it or more up into a neutral position. Lean back into that side bend. Lift back up to a neutral position one more time, but we're going to stay there for a second. So lean into it. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Lift up with control. Take it over to the other side. Right hand touches down. Left hand reaches up. Lean into that side bend nice and big, and then lift back up to a more neutral position. Lean back into that side bend. Lift up to that neutral position, and this time we're going to lean out and hold. So lean out to a depth that feels good to you. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Lift up with control. Take it right into a seated twist. Right hand's going to find the left knee, left hand behind you. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, release your twist, take it over to the other side. Beautiful. When you're ready, release, lean back into your sits bones, swing your legs out in front of you. Think seated ragdoll. So we're going to keep our feet about hip or shoulder distance apart, but with a really big, generous bend in the knees. Reach your arms up. We're going to go fluid through this. So we're going to think lift up and over, reach towards your toes, but now our hands are going to touch the toes or maybe the sides of the feet, and then drag your hands up the sides of the legs, up the side of the body, reach up and overhead. Think belly up and over. Reach towards your toes. Maybe you touch your toes or the tops of the feet, and then drag your hands up the sides of the leg, up the side of the body, reach up. Think up and over, reach towards your toes, slide your hands up. And now we're going to extend right leg nice and long. Left leg's going to step in like it's coming into a tree pose. So head to knee pose. Then once you've got that left leg in that bent position, think up and over, but micro bend that right leg. lift and lean forward, go to the edge of your position so that you feel a little tug in the back of the hamstring muscle. And then once you feel like you found that stretch in the hamstring muscle, release your hands down to the ground. Then create some space. So think up and over with the chest and the belly, make that little bit of space through the front of the body. And then once you feel like you found a little space there, lean your heart forward or nose towards your knee. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Reach through the crown of your head. Find that long spine first. Lift your fingertips up away from the floor. Come up with that nice strong position. And now we're going to switch the legs. See if you can keep your arms up and overhead. Swing the right foot in, send the left leg out, micro bend that left knee. Think up and over, reach towards that foot. Let your hands find the edge of that position. And then think space through the front of the body. So lift through the chest, create some space through the belly. And then once you feel like you found that space, go just a little bit deeper into that lean towards the knee. Beautiful. Reach through your fingertips, find that nice long and lifted spine. Arms are going to reach up and overhead. And now we're going to bring soles of the feet together. So right into that cobbler's pose or butterfly position. So soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right. Hands are going to find the insides of the knees. Knees are going to push up into the hands. Hands are going to create a resistance. So push your knees up into your hands. Hold that position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the inner thigh muscles. Hold on to your toes. Lean your heart forward just a little bit. So go to that like halfway point where you feel maybe a little sensation in the inner thigh or the groin. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. Lift right back up and out. Grab the outsides of your thighs. Help your knees come together. We're going to walk those heels in as close as you can get them towards your butt. Nice big tight squeeze. Wrap your hands around or get whatever handhold works good for you. If you're chesty or you got a little belly, you might make a little bit of space for yourself. Once you've got your hug, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. When you're ready, lift your chin up away from your chest, release that hug, and we're going to spin it around into tabletop position. So come on to all fours in any way that works good for you. And then just check your knees if you like to double stack your mat or do any little comfort care things so that your tabletop feels really great. Take a second to do that. And then once you feel like you're in your tabletop, look down at your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide. Index fingers are going to point towards the top of the mat. And then we're going to keep that nice anchor point of our hands and then pay attention to the rotation of our arms. So we're going to rotate the eyes of the elbows towards each other. So the eyes are looking at each other, and then rotate the eyes of the elbows towards the top of the mat. Rotate the eyes of your elbows so they're in towards each other. Rotate the eyes of the elbows towards the top of the mat. Nice. Rotate the eyes of the elbows in towards each other. Rotate the eyes of the elbows towards the top edge of your mat. Keep the eyes of the elbows pointing towards the top edge of your mat. Now we're going to take it into our triceps. So you're going to bend your elbows towards your ribs. Heart's going to lower a little bit. Press your way back up nice and strong. Keep the eyes of the elbows facing forward. Bend your elbows. Elbows are going to reach towards the ribs. Lower your heart down. Push yourself back up nice and strong. Beautiful. One more just like that. Bend your elbows. Heart lowers down. Push your way back up nice and strong. And now we're going to take it up into the scapula. So we're going to drop the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, push the floor away, broaden your shoulders. Nice. Drop your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades, push the floor away and broaden your shoulders. One more just like that. Drop your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, push the floor away, keep that sense of broadness in the shoulders, move into cat-cow. Drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail, round your back, tuck your chin into your chest. Drop your belly, lift your chest, round your back, tuck your chin in. One more here. Drop your belly, lift your chest, round your back, find a neutral position with the spine, but now we're going to take it into a pelvic tilt. So it's going to be a smaller bit of movement, moving mostly through the hips. See if you can find most of this work rather than it happening from your glute muscles or the backs of your thighs. Can you find that tilting of the pelvis using your abdominal muscles or the low belly muscles? That might be where you'll feel the action happening. So see if you can draw just a little bit of focus or awareness to that low belly area, curling the tailbone under and then lifting the tailbone slightly. Lovely. One more tilt of the pelvis and then find a neutral pelvis, whatever that means to you. So a nice stable position with the back of the body. Slide your right leg back, toes curled under, and take a few rocks forward and back. Awesome. Now the next time you push back into that right heel, stay there, take an extra cycle of breath. When you're ready, release, slide that leg in. We're going to switch right to the other side. Left leg is going to slide back, toes curled under, take a few rocks forward and back. Nice. And then the next time you push back into that heel, stay there for an extra cycle of breath. Beautiful. Slide that foot back in. Now we're going to play around just a little bit. We're going to make fists. So we're going to make fists, and then the knuckles of the fists are going to be down on the ground. So knuckles or middle knuckle is going to be that center position. Think about that being the line of connection. So middle knuckle, elbow joint, shoulder joint. So if you can line some things up, so you've got that fist on the ground, wrists are going to stay nice and strong and stable. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to play around and find strength in the wrist first. So make sure your fists feel good on the ground. We're going to curl the toes under, pick your knees up away from the floor, hover for a second, lower your knees right back down. Pick your knees up, hover for just a second, lower your knees back down. Beautiful. Do that one more time. Pick the knees up, hover just for a second. Nice. Lower back down, release your toes, move right into puppy pose. Walk your hands towards the top edge of your mat. Release your hands, spread your fingers nice and wide. Create some space for your shoulder blades, and then just let your chest and your forehead melt down. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to find our way down into a Sphinx position. So think about pulling the abdominal muscles up towards the spine. Walk your hands in so that the elbows and forearms come down, and then walk your feet back. You might choose to float through a nice little low plank, pausing for a moment to find a little strength. And then when you feel ready, relax your toes down, relax your knees down, release your toes, and then find that gentle back bend. So we want to keep a little bit of space in the low back. So think about drawing your tailbone towards your heels, press into the forearms. Energetically, we pull the elbows back towards the ribs. Keep the heart shining forward. Press up through the crown of your head. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. And then when you're ready, we're going to soften and release. So walk your elbows out just a little bit, lower your belly down, take a second, wiggle out your tush. And now we're going to take the arms into a sort of wide W configuration. So you'll rearrange your arms in a way that's going to feel good to you, but arms are going to find that nice wide position, and we're going to take it into some scorpion twist. So start by lifting your left leg up, reach your left foot up, 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 nice and high towards the ceiling, and then lift it up so high that twist over to the right, touch down to the ground, bring it back into center, and then switch over to the other leg. Lift your right leg up, lift it up, 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 nice and high, and then reach that foot behind you, touch the ground over on the left. Beautiful. Bring it back to center and over to the other leg. Lift your left leg up nice and high, touch that foot behind you. You readjust your arms as needed so your chest and your arms and your shoulders feel comfortable. Switch over to the other side. Lift the right leg up and touch. Awesome. Bring it back to center. We're going to go one more time each side. So lift that left leg up nice and high. Bring it back in with control. Right leg lifts up over to the left. Beautiful. Bring it back in with control. And now as you come back onto your belly, slide your hands in, 3 low cobras here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, push your way up to a tabletop position. Curl both sets of toes under, pull your butt back towards your heels. So that toe stretch and the stretch to the bottoms of the feet. Start by just pushing your butt back towards your heels. See how that feels. For some of us, our feet are very tender, and that is already pretty intense, and that might feel like enough. If your feet are really happy about that stretch and all things feel good, walk yourself up to a nice upright position and find that taller seat. Once you're there, if it feels good, just reach down, make sure all your toes have a good amount of spread. And then if it feels really good to do so, wag your tail just a little bit, rock into your toes. But if that feels like it's a little gone too far, you do the lightness or the depth of the pose that feels good to you, so you feel like your feet are happy. Nice. Take one more little wag of the tail side to side if you're doing that, and then come back to center, float your way up, release your toes, come to child's pose. So now toes are released, big toes together, knees together, bring your butt back to your heels, arms extended out in front of you, or swim your hands back and touch the soles of the feet. That's just whatever you like best. Take a second to find that child's pose and then soften. Soften through the back of your body, soften through the back of your neck. Notice that little bit of compression. We're not going to stay here too long, but you might notice there is a compression of the breath with your belly and chest against the thighs. So for some of us, this is not a great sensation, but it does bring some awareness of the breath into the back of the body. So see if you can feel and sense the movement of breath in the back of your shoulder blades, the back of your ribs, and maybe even into your middle and low back. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhale, start to bring yourself back up to a tabletop position. We're going to move into spinal balance. So left hand, right leg are going to slide out. You might choose to stay with the limbs touching the ground, but if it feels good, find a little stability in your center. Lift your arms up, gazes down at the floor, and then just notice your head and your neck. If your chin tends to tilt down towards the ground, pull your chin back, make that little double chin maneuver, and then reach some energy out through your right heel, out through your left fingertips, like you're pulling the heel and the fingertips away from each other. Chin is pulled up slightly. Take one more moment. Beautiful. And then release with control. If that created a little tension in your neck, just shake your head out a little bit. And then we're going to switch right to the other side. Left leg, right hand are going to slide out. Stabilize your center, or think about pulling the abdominal muscles up towards the spine. Once you feel stable, lift the limbs up. Pull that chin back just a little bit so you get that double chin maneuver. Reach some energy out through your heel, out through the fingertips. Beautiful. With control, release that down. We're going to move right into scrape the peanut butter jar. So drop the belly, pull the ribs over to one side, circle around, and then smooth those circles out. Take them in one direction. One more circle in this direction, and then when you're ready, reverse directions, go the other way. Nice. One more circle around, and then when you find your neutral spine, curl your toes under, exhale up to a downward facing dog, and then start to pedal out the legs, bending one knee, pressing into the opposite heel. Beautiful. One more pedal of each leg, and then we're going to keep our knees pretty bent. So bend your knees a lot. Think about putting a little bit of the weight of your butt back into your heels so that you can focus up on your arms and your shoulders. So lift your gaze just a little bit so you can see the eyes of your elbows, and then we're going to play around with those rotations again. So rotate the eyes of your elbows so they're looking towards the top of the mat, and then rotate the eyes of the elbows so they're looking at each other. Rotate the eyes of the elbows so they're looking towards your mat. Rotate them so they're looking towards each other. Rotate them so they're looking towards the eyes, towards the mat, and then looking at each other. Once the eyes of the elbows are looking at each other, step your feet just slightly, not your feet, excuse me, step your hands just slightly away from each other so that there's a little bit of a wider position with your arms. Eyes of the elbows are rotated in towards each other. Drop your heart towards your thighs and let your head relax down, and then just take a couple of gentle nods of your head up and down. Nice. And then find a soft neutral position with the head. Press into your heels. Legs are going to straighten just a little bit, or thighs move away from the heart a little bit. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Soften your knees, look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to a soft ragdoll fold at the top of your mat. Feet about hip or shoulder width distance apart. Catch hold of your elbows if that feels like a nice handhold to do, and then let your elbows get nice and heavy, let your head hang nice and heavy, and allow this dangle to happen. So just like, think of this as a traction of the spine. So let your head be as heavy as it possibly can be. Take one more breath here. We're going to release our elbow hold. Fingers are going to find the ground, but we're going to stay in this folded position and now focus on the feet. So if you can, open your eyes, look at your feet, lift your toes, spread your toes as wide as you can, and then release those toes in that spread position down on the ground. Just whatever your body does there. That's don't try to go to some perfection. Just find that energetic spread, release your toes down to the ground, and then press into the big toe and imagine you're dragging your big toe back towards your heels. So we're going to feel hopefully a little lift or an energetic lift in the arches of the feet. Once you've found that energetic lift, draw a little energy up into your abdomen. Take one more moment here. We're going to keep that energetic lift in the feet. We're going to walk our hands up towards the tops of the thighs or where the thighs meet the knees. Once you find that little handhold, lift your torso up into that 7 shape. And then once you found that 7 shape, first we're going to think Mula Bandha. So we're going to pull up like you're holding peace. So we're going to pull those pelvic floor muscles up, hold and squeeze for a moment, and then release. Pull up those pelvic floor muscles, hold and squeeze for a moment, and then release. Do that one more time. Pull up and squeeze. You want to keep the soles of the feet lifted if you can. This is all just energy work. So if you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, don't worry, just play around. It's nothing serious. And then we'll take one more breath. Now we're going to go into Uddiyana Bandha. So that flying up block. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the belly in, make that nice hollow belly best you can. Hold it for a moment. And then relax the abdominal muscles. Take a big inhale. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the belly in. Hold it for a moment. Relax the abdominal muscles. Take an inhale. One more time. Exhale. At the end of the exhale, suck the belly in. Hold it for a moment. We're going to hold that sucked in belly. Tuck your chin into your chest. Hold that for a moment. Soles of the feet are still lifted. Belly's pulled in. Chin tucked down. And then when you're ready, release your chin tuck. Release your abdominal muscles. Push gently into your feet. Rise up to a standing position and then pause in that standing position. Notice the energy of your feet. Notice the energy in your abdomen. Notice the energy up into the neck, throat, in front of the body. Nice. And now we're going to take it into a little shake and a bounce. So just make sure that you have a good even stance so that you feel solid on the ground. And we're going to start to pop the heels. So bounce your heels. Let that little bit of bounce and vibration find its way into your limbs. So if you're holding tension in your arms, let your arms be a little soft and loose. If you're holding tension in your chest or your belly, let your belly and your chest be soft and loose. So let the skin move a little bit. Let your fatty tissue move a little bit. Just allow your body to enjoy it for a second. Now we're going to transfer our weight onto our left foot and we're going to pick up that right leg and give the right leg a good gentle shake. Set your right foot down, pick up your left leg, give your left leg a good gentle shake. Get a sense of where your balance is at this morning. And again, let it be playful. So don't worry if your balance isn't there. Set that left foot down and now we're going to shake the right arm. Just give your right arm a good gentle shake. Shake your left arm, give your left arm a good gentle shake. Both arms down, come back to that bounce. Pop your heels and just let everything have a little bit of vibration. You might even feel it up into your head a little bit. If you're really tuned in, you might feel a little jiggle in your cheeks a little bit. Take one more moment to bounce and then let everything come to stillness. Find a nice intentional mountain pose. So anchor into your feet, reach up through the crown of your head, shoulders ground down, bring a little life down into the fingertips. Gaze forward or close your eyes down and then just take 3 nice deep breaths here. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes up. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale, hinge from your waist, bend your knees, fold down to the ground. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. One more time through here. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. We're going to interlace the fingers, flip the palms, press them forward. Arms are going to lift up and overhead, and then we're going to get fluid with this motion. So we're going to flip the palms so palms are facing down towards your skull. Bend your knees, and then like you're holding a big giant beach ball, we keep the fingers slightly interlaced. Round through the front of the body, scoop all that energy up to the heart, flip the palms, press them forward, bring the arms up and overhead, flip the palms, bend your knees, scoop, pull all that energy up through the heart center, flip your palms, press forward, and now we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Arms up and overhead, flip, bend, scoop, pull it up to your heart, flip, press palms forward, up and overhead, flip the palms, bend the knees, scoop all of that up into your heart, flip the palms, press them forward, up and overhead, flip the palms and scoop. Nice. One more time through. Bring it up to your heart. Flip the palms, press them forward, up and overhead. Flip the palms, bend the knees, scoop. Pull all of that energy right to your heart. Release your interlaced fingers. Stack your hands on your heart. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Relax your shoulders. Big breath in. Fill your lungs up. Exhale. Shoulders are soft. Big breath in, fill your lungs up. Exhale, shoulders are soft. Relax your hands down at your sides. Come back into your mountain pose. Nice. And now we're going to pick up the pace from here. So if you only had a half an hour in your day, this might be a great place to stop. But if you're ready to pick up the pace a little bit, find your mountain pose at the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, right leg back, warrior two. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out, right hand is going to pick you up. 3 times we're going to move with the breath. So we're going to inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the front knee, bring the arms back to shoulder height. Inhale, bring it up and overhead. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the arms back down. One more time through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend and bring it down. Right hand's going to touch the thigh, left hand's going to reach up into peaceful warrior. And then we're going to float right through that down to the ground. So cartwheel your hands down, pivot your back heel. Beautiful. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Right away, bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of your elbows, hug your elbows into your ribs, lower with control. One low cobra here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Push your way up to a tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold, keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, warrior two. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out, left hand picks you up. 3 times with the breath. Inhale, reach the arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend and bring it down. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Left hand's going to touch the thigh, right hand's going to reach up, and then we're going to float through that. Spin the hands down to the ground. Pivot your back heel so we come through runner's lunge. Plant the palms, step back to plank. Right away, bring the knees down. Rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower with control. One low cobra here. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower down. Push your way up to a tabletop position. Curl the toes under. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands. Come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, grab that beach ball above your head. Exhale, sink right into a chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball. Exhale, sink into chair. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. Inhale, reach up, grab that beach ball. Exhale, sink into chair, stay here. We're gonna reach the hands behind the back or reach the hands so that they're alongside the hips. Lean the heart forward slightly, lift your heels. Nice and strong in the feet, nice and strong in the ankles. Reach a little energy out through the fingertips, out through the crown of your head. Take one more breath. With control, release your heels. Reach your arms back up to that chair position, that OG chair position. Push firm into your feet, lift up. Exhale, cactus your arms, open your chest. We're gonna release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers here, draw the knuckles down, open up through the chest and the collarbones, pull the arms slightly away from the back of the body, lift your chin, push your lips up towards the sky, take a nice big breath. Release your lips, release your chin, release your hands, come back to mountain pose, pause just for a moment, notice your body. Awesome, when you're ready, inhale, arms up and look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, soften down, right leg back, warrior two. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out, right hand picks you up. One time through with the breath here. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend and bring it down. Peaceful warrior, drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Spin those hands down to the ground, pivot your back heel. Right hand's gonna stay on the ground this time, left hand's gonna reach up for a little twist. Release that left hand down, plant your palms, step back to plank. Bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower with control. This time we're gonna take it right into drunken serpent. So hands off the edges of your mat. Inhale, lift your heart nice and high. Exhale, lower down. Right shoulder up and back. Inhale, lift the right shoulder, look over. Exhale and lower down. Beautiful. Take it to the left. Inhale, lift and look over. Exhale, lower down, back to center. Inhale, lift your heart as high as you like. Exhale to lower down, slide your hands in, curl the toes under. Power up to a plank or take it through a tabletop, and then find your way up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down, left leg back, warrior two. Drop that back heel, turn the toes out, left hand picks you up. One time through with the breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend and bring it down. Left hand touches down, right hand reaches up, peaceful warrior. Spin those hands down to the ground, pivot your back heel. So we find our runner's lunge. Left hand is gonna stay on the ground, right hand's gonna reach up for a twist. Beautiful, bring that hand down, plant the palms, step back to plank, bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of the elbows, hug your elbows into your ribs, lower with control. Now we're gonna take our hands, fingertips pointing in towards each other. So elbows are gonna be wide, fingertips are pointing in towards each other. Create just a little bit of space. So fingertips aren't touching, there is a little space between the hands. Press into the palms, lift your heart up into a nice high cobra as high as you like. Gently lower yourself back down. Beautiful. If you need to rearrange your hands, do that. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift your heart up nice and high. Exhale, lower back down. Lovely. One more time through here. Inhale, lift your heart up nice and high. Exhale to lower down, readjust your hands. So either you can power up to a plank or push your way up to a tabletop position. Exhale up to downward facing dog. Look forward, walk your feet up to meet your hands, come to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine, bend your knees, push into your feet, inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, press your palms together, light balance here, so no need to go too far. Transfer your weight over to your left foot, pick your right knee up, flex the foot, and then we're gonna take 3 taps of that foot to the ground. So you're gonna keep a little bit of a bend in the knee, tap your foot down 3 times. Awesome, and then set that foot down. Transfer your weight onto your right foot, pick your left knee up, flex the foot, Create that nice little bend in the knee and then tap that foot down 3 times. Beautiful. When you're ready, release that foot down to the ground. Hands come down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Step the right leg back, warrior 2. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out. Right hand picks you up. One time with the breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend and bring it down. Peaceful warrior. Drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Beautiful. Spin those hands down to the ground. Pivot your back heel. Right hand stays on the ground. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Touch that hand down, plant the palms, step back to plank. Bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of your elbows, lower with control. Inhale up to cobra just as high as you like. Exhale, either come up through a plank or take it right up to your downward facing dog. Right leg is going to come up into 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, let the hip roll open, take one big breath. We're going to step that right foot up to the top right corner of our mat. So step it to the outside of the pinky finger, a nice wide lunge, and then bring that back knee down. Release the back toes. Beautiful. Now, once you've got that wider position, we're going to take it like we're going for half split. So we're going to pull the hips back, rock yourself forward. Pull the hips back, rock yourself forward. Pull the hips back, stay here. Toes are down on the ground. So we're creating a little stretch or length through the front of that right ankle. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Bend that front knee, bring it forward. Awesome. And then sink the hips just as deep as you like. Let that front knee open up just a little bit. Take one more breath. Lift your hips just slightly, create a little space. Turn your right toes out, tuck the back toes under, pick your back knee up. Once you've got that little bit of space, we're going to hop that left leg up to the top left corner of the mat. So a nice wide position, one little drop of the butt. So bring your butt down towards the ground and then right away, lift it up. Toe heel your feet so they're about hip width distance apart. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center. Hands down at your sides. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale to soften down. Left leg back, warrior 2. Drop the back heel, turn the toes out. Left hand is going to pick you up. One time with the breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms up. Bend that front knee, bring the arms back down. Peaceful warrior. Drop the back hand, reach the front hand up. Spin your hands down to the ground. Pivot your back heel. Left hand stays down, right hand reaches for a twist. Beautiful. Bring that right hand down, plant the palms, step back to plank. Right away, bring the knees down, rotate the eyes of the elbows, lower with control. Inhale up to cobra just as high as you like. Either take it right up to your down dog from here or through a table or a plank up to your down dog. Left leg up into 3-legged dog. Bend that knee, let the hip roll open, stepping that foot up to the top left corner of the mat. Outside of the pinky finger. Nice. Once you're there, bring that back knee down, release your back toes, and then we're taking it into those rocks. So think half splits. Pull the hips back, bend and bring it forward. Lovely. Pull the hips back, bend and bring it forward. Pull the hips back, stay there, take one more breath. Nice, and then bend and bring it forward. Sink your hips in just a little bit further, maybe let that front knee open up a little bit. Awesome, and then create a little space. Lift your hips up, turn the left toes out, curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up. Once you've found that bit of space, step your right foot up to the top right corner of your mat. So in a nice wide position. This time we're going to sink our butt way down. So find your Garland pose or Malasana. For some of us, it might feel better to just sit the butt down and hug the knees up towards the shoulders. So notice there's some variations with our ankles and Achilles heel. So just know that if this position is not, you can't get very far, there are a lot of options that we can talk about. So once you've found the depth of your squat that you like, maybe elbows to the inner thighs, maybe prayer hands together, maybe a nice tall lifted spine. Take one more breath. We're going to come back up to a standing position. So hands are going to find the ground. Lift your butt up away from your heels. Toe heel your feet to that hip width distance apart. Inhale to a half forward fold. Keep that length in your spine. Bend your knees, push into your feet. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart center, press your palms together, transfer your weight over to your left foot, pick the right knee up, flex the foot, 3 taps of that foot, tap it down, bring it back up, tap it down, bring it back up, tap it down, bring it back up, release that foot with control, transfer your weight onto your right foot, pick your left foot up, nice bent knee position, and then when you're ready, 3 taps of that foot. Beautiful. When you're ready, release that foot down, come back to your mountain pose. Find a little intention here. Anchor down into your feet, lift your toes, spread them out, find that good solid position with your feet on the ground. Reach that energy up through the crown of your head, and then notice your chest, your belly, and the front of your hip points. So imagine you're pulling your hip points in towards each other, drawing the ribs towards each other, reaching energy down into the fingertips, up through the crown of your head and down into your heels. So we've got energy going in all different directions. Pause here for a moment. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. Now we're going to gather all that energy up. So inhale, raise your arms up, let your hands meet. Thumbs are going to touch the back of the head. So we're going to keep those hands together, thumbs touch to the back of the head. Lift the hands back up, and now we're going to take those prayer hands right down the midline of the body. So fold your way down to the ground. Once your fingertips find the ground, release your prayer hands, inhale to a half forward fold. Beautiful. Exhale to soften all the way down. Step both feet back to downward facing dog. Pick up your heels, lower your knees, come into a tabletop position. Either crisscross your ankles and sit back on your butt, or swing your legs out to one side. That's just whatever feels good to you here. We're going to take it right into a wide leg position. So once you spin yourself around, take your legs out as wide as you feel comfortable with. And then we're going to bring those fist hands behind us, push into your fist, lift your butt up away from the ground, and then push your bum forward just a little bit. So it brings you a little bit deeper into that wide leg position. Once you feel like you're there, lift your hands up. And now we're going to walk ourselves out. So we're going to keep our legs pretty active. Toes are anchoring backwards. So you want to imagine that you're pulling your pinky toes back slightly. Start to walk yourself out. Go to your edge. Go just as far into that folded position as you can stand. If you're feeling any zinging sensation in your glutes, you may have gone too far, or you might want to bend your knees. But anything else, just find a comfortable position that feels like a good sensation in the inner thigh and the groin. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, slowly and mindfully walk yourself back up and in. Grab the backs of your knees, bend your knees, help your legs come together. We're going to roll our way down to the ground with control. So feet about hip width distance apart, curl your tailbone under, engage your abdominal muscles right away, and then start to imagine that you're reverse peeling your back onto the floor. So you're going to see if you can just let your spine touch down in the slowest possible way. Awesome. Once you found your way down onto the ground, soles of the feet together, knees out to the left and to the right, reach your hands up towards the ceiling like you're holding a beach ball at your chest. Readjust your tailbone so your back feels comfortable. Exhale, curl up the head, neck, and chest. Feel the abdominal muscles pull down towards the spine. Inhale, release back down. Exhale and curl up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to curl up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, lower down. We're going to exhale, curl up and hold. And now we're going to add a little pulse. So we're going to stay in that curled up position and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Let your arms come out at your side. Help your knees come together, or just bring your knees together. Knees together, inner thighs together, toes together. Push your knees in towards each other. Once you've got your knees in that position, put your arms out at your sides. So knees in towards each other, pushing in, actively pushing in towards each other. Hold that pushing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that. Step your feet so they're hip width distance apart. Exhale, lift up into a halfway bridge. So backs of the ribs are going to stay connected to the ground. Shoulder heads are going to press down. Knees are going to reach towards the toes. So a little active reach through the tops of the thighs. Take a nice big breath in. Slow breath out. As we release back down, right leg is going to come across the left, hands free, figure 4. Right leg across the left, a light flex in that right foot. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale to lower it down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. And then once you're down, we're going to take it into that figure 4 twist. So we're going to drop the knees over to the right. Knee is going to stay clipped over that left knee, or foot is going to stay clipped over the left knee, and then bring it right back to center. And we're going to twist it over to the other side. So right foot's going to touch down to the left side. Once that foot touches down, bring it right back to center. Bring it back over to the right. So knees are going to drop over to the right. Bring it back to center. Right foot's going to touch over to the left. Bring it back to center one more time through. Right knee over to the right. Bring it back to center. Touch that foot down over to the left. Bring it back to center. We're going to lift the left leg up, thread the hands through, grab hold of the back of the thigh or the top of the shin, just whatever hold works good for you. Hug those legs into your comfort level, and then see if you can create some space. Soften your shoulders, soften your belly. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, with control, release, step the right foot off, step the left foot across, and then hands free to start. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale and lower it down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to lower down. Beautiful. One more time here. Inhale and lift up. Exhale to lower down. Keep that left leg across the right. And now we're going to twist our figure 4. So we're going to drop the knees over to the left. Bring them up through center. Drop that left foot over to the right. Once that foot touches down, bring it right back to center. Drop the knees over to the left. Bring it back to center. Drop that left foot over to the right. Beautiful. Bring it back to center. One more time through. Drop it over to the right or over to the left. Bring it back to center. Drop the foot over to the right. Bring it back to center. And then we're going to lift up, thread the hands through. So either holding the back of the thigh, top of the shin, whatever hand hold works good for you. Bring it into your comfort level and then create a little soft space. So soften your shoulders, soften your abdomen. When you're ready, we're going to release right into supine twist. So we're going to release our hand hold. Left leg is going to shoot out nice and long. Right knee is going to pull into the chest. And we're going to take that right knee over and across the body. Right arm opens out nice and wide. Head turns to the right. Once you've got your head turned as far as you feel comfortable with, look your eyes to the left. So eyeballs are going to look to the left. Head is going to stay turned to the right. Hold your eyes there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your eyes, release your head, pull the right knee into your chest, switch right over to the other side. Left knee is going to pull into the chest, right leg is going to go nice and long. Supine twist over to the other side. Take that left knee over and across. Left arm opens wide, head turns to the left. Once you've got your head turned as far as feels good to you, look your eyes in the opposite direction. Hold that eye position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your eyes, release your head, pull the left knee into your chest, bring the right knee into meet. We're going to take the knees slightly wide. So think prepping for a happy baby. So start by taking your knees into that wider position and then rock yourself a little bit side to side. And then if you're in this rocking position and it tends to be a rock with mostly the bottom half of the body, see if you can hug those knees just a little tighter towards your shoulders and then roll across the shoulders as well. Nice. Take one more little rock side to side, and then we're going to float those feet up and then find your version of happy baby. So you might choose to hold the backs of the thighs, blade edges of the feet, big toes, just whatever handhold feels the most comfortable to you. But then once you've got your handhold, think knees soft and heavy, tailbone soft and heavy, shoulders soft and heavy. Once you've created that little bit of space or that soft heaviness, now take your rocking again in any organic way. So you might choose a little rock side to side, a little tip forward and back, a little movement of the legs, a little bit of movement of the feet, anything that feels really nice and playful. Awesome. From here, we're going to take it into a nice wide leg position. So we're going to release our handhold from the feet, the toes, or the backs of the thighs. Float your legs upward towards the ceiling and then let the legs come out as wide as feels possible. Hands to the inner thighs, and you're just going to let the weight of your hands rest on the inner thighs. So we're not trying to push or shove or go into some deep stretch here. Just let the weight of your hands rest on your thighs. Take 3 nice big breaths. Cool. And now we're going to put a little strength back in. So hands are going to create a resistance. Inner thighs are going to push up into the hands. Inner thighs push into the hands. Hands resist. Hold that active position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, release, bend the knees, pull them into your chest. Give yourself a light little squeeze, and then ask your body where would be your best Shavasana. Would it feel good to come to constructive rest? Would it feel good to take it into reclined cobbler's pose? Would it feel good to take a more traditional shape? Or perhaps you like to roll over onto your side or flip over onto your belly, or you might even choose to take it into a seated position or sitting in a chair. So any variation that you feel some sense of stillness, and you can close your eyes down for a few moments. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. We're going to stay in this low lying position and keep our eyes closed if we can, but if at any point you need to readjust or open your eyes, you do what feels best to you. If you're in that more traditional shape, maybe just walk your legs in so that you have a bent knee position. You might pause into a bridge preparatory position or constructive rest, whatever feels good. We want to just a little bit of support so we can relax and tune in to our visual sense. So still keeping the eyes closed down if you can, get your body into a fairly comfortable position. Maybe just give your toes a little wiggle, give your fingers a little wiggle. And then see if you can just tune in and notice the filtered light coming in behind your eyelids. Notice if you see colors, little sparkles, anything that you see there behind your eyelids, just kind of tune in and notice. And then feel your feet connected to the floor. Notice the texture of your yoga mat or your carpet, whatever it is that you're working on today. And then without opening your eyes, draw up the sense, what color is your yoga mat, your sticky mat, or the carpet underneath you? So just see if you can just kind of see that color without opening your eyes. Nice. And then relax your toes. Hands are going to just rest gently on the belly. Without opening your eyes, if you can, get a sense of the color of the shirt that you're wearing. If you can even remember, just think about the color of the shirt that you're wearing, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Awesome. If you're wearing glasses, maybe just reach up, take them off, set them somewhere safe. We're going to fire up the palms. So keeping your eyes closed this whole time, if that's an available thing to happen. Otherwise, reclose your eyes down, fire up your palms, get your palms nice and good and hot. Once you've created a good bit of generous heat in the palms, we're going to take the heels of the hands and rest them gently on the eyes. So close your eyes down, heels of the hands rest on your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Slow breath out. With the heels of the hands on your eyes, you might notice a little bit more darkness, a little bit more blackness. Notice if you still see any filtered light or if you notice any little sparkles or specks. No right or wrong, but just notice. Take one more breath with the eyes closed. And then we're going to take it into a little bit of a half good morning stretch. So as you release your hands from your eyes, stretch your arms up and overhead. Notice that filtered light coming in behind your eyelids. Reach, reach, reach through your fingertips. And then when you feel ready, release that upper body stretch. If you took your glasses off, maybe take a second to put them back on before you find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Come up to a comfortable seat in any way that works good for you. Sukhasana, if that's a nice way to sit, or any other seat that feels good and comfortable in your body. Great. And then once you've found your way up, we're just going to stack both hands right back on top of the heart. Inhale, lift your chin up towards the sky. Exhale, bow your chin towards your chest. Close your eyes down. Breathing in love and gratitude for yourself, for your mind, for your body, and for all of your hard work. And breathe in a little extra love and gratitude that you can carry with you through the rest of your day and share with everyone you see. And when you feel ready, gently lift up to the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. Happy, 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 happy Thursday.